Hello! What's with all this me starting videos in a car lately? I don't know, but I'm here for it. Also, yes, I did trim my bangs. I'm trying to really tap into that authorly vibe, and I don't know why I feel like a little fringe forehead bang situation really fits that, but I think it does. This is gonna be a fun video. I have never done live writing on this channel, but I think it's time that I do that. So I just pulled up to my favorite coffee shop. You all know the place. I just got out of work. I'm gonna grab a matcha, I think. That's what I'm in the mood for today, a little iced matcha situation. We're gonna take it home and we're gonna do some writing prompts together, and I'm going to live write and show you guys what I come up with as I try some writing exercises. I mentioned in my last video that I am trying to just always improve my craft as a writer, but especially between my second and third draft of House of Aptos. Also, hi, if you don't know me, my name is Andy. I am a first-time author revising her debut novel, which is the first installment in a fantasy trilogy called House of Aptos. So yeah, right now we're in between draft 2 and draft 3, and you can go check out a whole bunch of videos on my channel about that process and getting to where I'm at now. But I have selected 3 prompts that I think are interesting. We'll look at those later, and then we'll pick 1, maybe 2, set a timer, and get some writing done. And I'm going to have a screen up so you guys can go through the whole writing process with me, which I think is probably going to be really fun and also very exposing for me. So you're welcome. All right, let's go grab a matcha. Moment to taste test the matcha. Absolutely incredible. Iced matcha, oat milk, a little bit of honey. Literally can't go wrong. It's a like springtime staple, okay? If you know, you know. If you get it, you get it. If you're a matcha hater, I don't get it. Okay, let's go home and write. Well, we made it home. I have my delicious matcha, and I'm ready to do some writing sprints. Before I started filming this video, I went onto the wonderful internet and I looked up some writing prompt ideas for prompts that are just meant to help you get better at your craft. And so of a list of about 30 that I was looking at, I picked 3 that I thought looked the most interesting. If I don't choose the prompts of the 3 that you wish I would have done, let me know. Or if you like this style of video and live writing and you have other prompts you'd like me to try, by all means, drop them in the comments. I am here for the challenge and would love to do this again. Without further ado, let's take a look at the prompts and get into some writing. Okay, I had to pin my mic to my sweatshirt so that way I can use both hands to write, so apologies if the audio is slightly less crisp on these clips. But as you can see here, I have my 3 writing prompts that I snagged from online. I will have the website I pulled these off of linked down below in the description. Here are the 3 options, and I'm trying to decide which one to do first. So the first is write a short dialogue between 2 characters every other line. Write what they are really thinking in italics between each line of dialogue. I selected this one because I think it would be such a great opportunity to really strengthen dialogue and focus in on it. Yeah, I think there's always room for improvement within dialogue, and I think I would love to do this exercise because dialogue is something I am so honed in on in draft 3 of House of Aptos. The second one, though, also sounded interesting to me. Try writing a scene set 20 minutes before or 20 minutes after the expected scene. What's happening before the trial, after the funeral, when everyone's standing in the parking lot. This one felt interesting because I think you could write a lot of underlying dynamics into the scene, especially like the concept of a funeral or a trial. I think, especially if it was like family member dynamics, there's so much tension you could explore within conversations around this. So I thought that was interesting, and setting could be so interestingly done in that piece. But then this third one was really interesting to me because of all of the books I have here on my shelf. Go over to your bookshelf, close your eyes, and pick up the first book you touch. Open that book to a random page, read the first full sentence on that page, and use it as the inspiration for a scene. So I think I have to do this one first. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, that might be it for me. So I think my two, I'm leaning towards trying the writing a short dialogue between two characters with what they're really thinking in italics. So number one, I think I'm gonna do that one. And then also this one, this number three, I think I just have to try it. Let's start with number three because I think that sounds very fun. And I'm gonna give myself probably, because it's a video and I don't want to drag things on too long for you guys, I think I'm gonna give myself just 15-minute sprints, something short, and maybe 20-minute sprints, 15, 20 minutes, I don't know. Is a 40-minute video too long if I do two? Probably not, but I'm gonna do 15-minute, how about 18? We'll do 18-minute sprints. Okay, so I'm gonna give myself an 18-minute timer and I'm gonna do prompt 3. So the first thing we need to do is go to the bookshelf with our eyes closed, pick up the first book I touch, and then do a random page, first full sentence on the page. Okay, I'm not gonna walk over because I'm sitting and it's right here, but I am gonna close my eyes and I'm just gonna kind of feel around. I'm gonna go on this shelf right here and I'm gonna pick this one. Ooh, interesting. Okay, this is one of my husband's books. He swears by it. He loves Blake Crouch. This is Recursion. It's a sci-fi book, which this will be a good challenge for me because, as many of you know, I don't dislike sci-fi, but it is not my normal reading genre. I have enjoyed a lot of Andy Weir lately, and Blake Crouch is someone my husband has tried to get me into. So anyway, let's flip to a random page, pick a sentence, and it says read the first full sentence on that page and use it as inspiration for a scene. Okay, the first, ooh, okay, this is gonna be fun. The first full sentence is, a wave of nausea hits him, nerves. Wow, that's actually like one of the best sentences I feel like you could get for this challenge or this exercise. That's exciting. Okay, I'm gonna put this back and set a timer and we're gonna do a 20-minute writing exercise, 18-minute writing exercise with this. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, we are starting the first sprint, 18 minutes, here we go. So as a reminder, my sentence is a wave of nausea hits him, nerves, and I just need to write a scene based off of it. So let's go ahead and do it. Gotta think. Okay, this is lagging. Okay. Can't even get an M dash right to save my life. That's also too many spaces. Okay. All right. Also, I just want to say, so far, I am literally writing whatever comes to my head. I don't know why trains was the first thing, but trains was the first thing, and then from there, I have just... Yeah, what a tragic backstory this man has. I don't know why I did this to him. Who knows? Let's find out. And now here he was. 47. Okay. No. looking for a word like following up or quickly superseding or succeeding. Brushing his sleeve. Quickly succeeded. Succeeded? Quick. No, not a quickie. Quickly. With a. Oh, yeah, yeah. Brushing his sleeve. And in quick succession. That's sort of. Yeah, yeah. That's the word I'm looking for. I bumped into his arm, brushing his sleeve and apologizing in quick succession. Also, I just want to say this is so many more paragraph breaks than I normally would do, but I'm just like kind of following the flow of what I'm kind of digging this choppy vibe, and I'm kind of following the flow of it, but I'm hoping it's not like overwhelmingly odd for you to read along with. But anyway. Where was I? Okay. Okay, this man's story is starting to unfold a little bit. I don't know what you call a pass for a train. Is it just like a ticket? But do you have to have like if you're going across the country, do you need to have your passport, I'm guessing? I think narrowed indicates skeptical. Don't need that. Maybe through a few narrowed glances. That's not how you spell embezzled. Oh, okay. Okay, I only have like a minute left, so I'm gonna try to wrap the scene up. I really love the intentionality of not sharing the character's name this whole time because I feel like you're just maybe filling things in your mind. Okay. Oh my gosh, my timer. Okay, my timer is up, but I'm going to finish the sentence because I have a great ending in mind. Okay, well, I'm done with the first sprint. I don't know if you can hear it, but my computer is not happy with me for screen recording this long. Anyway, I don't know. I think it's fine. It maybe isn't the best thing I've ever written, but that's the point of an 18-minute sprint. It's just to kind of get some words in and try something new. This ended up being right around, yeah. Wait, is that right? 262 words? I think that's right. That seems great. I'm really happy with that. No, that seems short. Okay, yeah. I was going to say that doesn't seem right. Sorry, okay, anyway, let's find out the word count. Word count. Okay, 662 words in 18 minutes is not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with that. At first, it was not intentional, but quickly it became intentional to leave the main character's name out. I thought that was kind of interesting. Gives you as the reader a chance to kind of fill in some blanks. And at first, trains was all I could think about. I was kind of picturing this train station that's a little bit dinky. The tiles aren't even on the floor. There's a man standing there. He's reminiscing about what trains have been in his life and why. And then from there, I was like, okay, what's the escape? What's the backstory? And I think if I were writing this in an actual story, maybe we'd learn more about what he's escaping a little bit earlier on in the scene. But I like the way this went. It's very different from anything I've written before, so kind of a unique voice to it. And yeah. Okay, so I went a little over 18 minutes. I think I ended up writing for actually like 20, so maybe I should make my next sprint 20 minutes long. But the next one I want to do is this write a short dialogue between two characters and write what they're really thinking in italics between each line of dialogue. So this one should be a good one. I'm excited for it, and I'm going to take a short... Okay, after a short break to let my camera recharge a bit, I'm ready for the second sprint. I did increase the timer up to 20 minutes instead of 18 because last time I ended up writing for 20 minutes anyway. So I guess that's why that's a standard and we're going to stick to it. So just as a reminder, the second prompt is the dialogue exercise, which I've already talked about like 4 times, but writing short dialogue between two characters every other line, write what they're really thinking in italics between each line of dialogue. So let's start the timer and jump right into it. Also, I just noticed that this font is huge, but you know what? That's fine, whatever. Okay. I'm gonna stop rambling and let's start writing. Changing this because at first I was kind of thinking this might be a conversation between high school students who are like dating and fighting and about to break up, but then I don't like it. So I'm going to elevate the age a little bit. And yeah, okay, moving on, keep going. Also, I'm not really in love with where this is going so far, but I feel like part of the exercise is just to persist and see where you can get in the scene. So I'm not going to quit. We're going to keep going. Oh, I'm laughing at this because she is thinking everything before he realizes it. Okay. What the heck? Why did the spacing just change? Why did the spacing just change? There we go. All right, we're backing it up. Ooh. Okay, that's not. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go back and change this because I don't think I like it. I'm just gonna make that to don't be a kiss ass instead of no, because now I do want her to have changed her hair, except for now I need to change. Maybe he will catch on quicker than I thought. Okay, here's the thing. Are you allowed to go back and make edits when you're doing something like this? Or is it like, leave it as you go? Because I'm making edits. Because I am contradicting myself as I write this. But anyway, okay. What is his name? Tony, that's right. Okay. It's really hard not to put internal, like, while I'm putting internal dialogue, like, right there, I really wanted to say something about, like, I watch his body tighten at my, like, at the mention of her sister or something like that, but that's not what the challenge is. The challenge is just dialogue, real thought, dialogue, real thought, dialogue, real thought, not observation or interiority, really. I mean, some interiority, but whatever. This is hard a little bit. Okay, it's also hard when you're filling it in as you go. Like, I didn't plan any of this ahead of time. Okay, anyway. Oh, that's not what I want. Actually, no. Okay, we're out of time, and I don't really, again, this is a good exercise for me because I don't love where this went, but I also don't dislike it. It just was very different than I expected. Oh, so let's go ahead and get my word count for this. And then, yeah, if you guys have any prompts, if you really like this video and you have any prompts that you want me to try, leave them in the comments below, and maybe I'll do another video like this where I look at those and do that. I think that would be so much fun to do something that's not just from the internet, but from you guys. So I got 630 words for that sprint, which gives me about 1,398 words, it looks like, for the total experiment of this, except for I did have the prompts written down, so probably a little less than that. But in general, I'm really happy with how this went. I think it was a lot of fun. Definitely stretched me. This dialogue exercise in particular was not easy. Definitely difficult to try to set a scene when you can only use dialogue and really specific lines of interiority. So anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this, and let me know which of these two exercises you liked the outcome of better. I'll be interested to see that in the comments below. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and getting a little bit of writing done. If you enjoy this style of content or want to stick around to continue to watch me revise my debut novel, House of Aptos, feel free to subscribe and stick around for that. I'd love to have you along for the journey, and I will see you next week for another video. Totally forgot to mention it, but if you want to buy me a virtual coffee as I'm going through this revision process, my Ko-fi link is in the description below, and I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out, guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye!